The Interim NYPD Commissioner is expected to step down. It's Friday, October 11th, and this is your New York Daily News. Friday's forecast calls for sunny skies in New York City with a high near 72 and a low near 58. Before today's top story, a city council bill being introduced Thursday would bar Mayor Adams' office from unilaterally limiting the amount of space individual news outlets can take up in the City Hall press room, a move that has the potential to roll back a controversial media access policy implemented by the mayor's team this summer. The bill, penned by Brooklyn Councilman Justin Brannan, would dictate that access to Room 9, the storied space where City Hall reporters work, cannot be altered unless such changes are made with the joint approval of the mayor and the Speaker of the Council, according to a copy of the legislation provided to the Daily News ahead of its introduction. Brannan's measure proposes that rulemaking standard be retroactive from this past June 30th, the day before the mayor's team imposed the new Room 9 policy. Under that policy, media outlets have only been allowed to use one desk each in Room 9. Before that policy, the news and other outlets with several reporters assigned to cover City Hall had multiple desks each in the room. Adams and Fabian Levy, his spokesman, have said the new restrictions ensure community and ethnic media outlets are guaranteed space in Room 9, and that the policy actually expands press access. Levy said the mayor's office will review Brannan's bill if and when it is introduced. Find the latest on this story and more right now at nydailynews.com. Embattled NYPD Commissioner Tom Donlon is expected to vacate his post as early as Friday after his background check hit a snag, and the city's current Sanitation Department boss, Jessica Tisch, is seen as the top contender to replace him, the Daily News has learned. Donlon was appointed by Mayor Adams to serve as the city's top cop in an interim capacity after ex-police commissioner Edward Caban resigns last month in the wake of having his electronics seized by federal investigators as part of a corruption probe scrutinizing the NYPD's nightlife enforcement efforts. But just over a week after taking over the reins from Caban, Donlon, an ex-FBI special agent, was himself visited at his home by feds who seized materials from him that he said came into my possession 20 years ago and are unrelated to my work with the NYPD. Following the recent raid at Donlon's home, the City Department of Investigation's background check on his interim NYPD commissioner appointment has been held up, two sources familiar with the matter said Thursday. Now, Donlon is expected to step down from his post as early as Friday, sources told the news. One of the sources who spoke on condition of anonymity said Donlon was already packing up his office at One Police Plaza on Thursday afternoon. The NYPD's press office did not immediately return requests for comment, and neither did the DOI. It wasn't immediately clear who will succeed Donlon, but sources familiar with the matter said Tisch, who has served as Adams' Sanitation Department Commissioner since April 2022, is emerging as the favorite for the post. The mayor's office did not immediately return a request for comment. Under former Mayor Bill de Blasio, Tisch served as the NYPD's Deputy Commissioner for Information Technology. She could not be immediately reached for comment. The NYPD shakeup comes as the Adams administration remains in a state of chaos. The mayor is under federal indictment on charges alleging he solicited bribes from Turkish government officials and others in exchange for doing political favors. He has pleaded not guilty to the charges. More than a dozen high-profile officials in the mayor's administration, meantime, have resigned in the past month after being ensnared in separate corruption investigations besieging City Hall. The probe that prompted the seizure of ex-Commissioner Caban's cell phones has been scrutinizing whether his twin brother, former NYPD cop James Caban, squeezed nightlife venues in the city for cash in exchange for advocating for police department favors. For more on this story and for the latest in New York City politics, visit nydailynews.com and follow us on social media at nydailynews. My name is Imran Sheikh.
Spoken Layer.